What's going on, guys? I wanted to do a video on financial statements, the income statement. I promised that I would do it, and I'm going to dive into it real quick. So, fair warning, I don't plan these videos out too much. I kind of just dive right in, and sometimes they're a little bit unorganized, and I apologize for that. But the information that you'll find in these videos are definitely worthwhile, and hopefully you can, get through the ugliness and lack of preparation. But here we go. So I'm going to use Tandem just because I'm pretty familiar with the company, and I'll do another example too. So this is Tandem, and this is the income statement. Okay, it says usually it'll say like income statement, but whatever. Condensed statements of operations and comprehensive loss. Tandem's not profitable yet. But here we go. So I'm going to go through the key points. I'm going to be doing a much more in-depth video on this, but for day trading or just like initial research, this video will be sufficient. So I pull up the income statement. First thing I do, I want to see, is this company selling their product or service? I go to Tandem, I look at sales, bam, okay, great. Yes, they are selling a lot of their product. They're selling $34 million in a quarter. I say that, I look at that, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Okay. Step two, cost of sales. How much does it cost them to make their product and sell it? Okay, 19 million, and they're selling it for 34. That's pretty good. Well, then you can sit and figure out the gross margin and compare it to other companies in the same sector, or maybe the same product, whatever it may be. So if I wanted to compare this to Medtronics or Pod or something, that's what I would do after this. That's like way more in depth, but that's what you would do. Okay. So gross profit, okay, pretty good. $15 million. I like that. And then you go to operating expenses. Selling general and administrative. Ooh, that's a big expense. Now I would say, is that expense growing? How does that compare to, last year? Well, it seems to me that it's not really going up. So they're not really spending more money. Their revenues are really growing. Also, on revenues, you want to see growth, right? You want to see a value in a company. If I look up Tandem and I see, oh my gosh, they're growing, I don't know what this is, from 21 million to 34 million. Let's see real quick what that is. 21 to 34. 62% quarter over quarter growth. That's phenomenal. That's really good. Now I'm getting excited. Now I'm going to dig into this company more. Okay, let's continue to look through uh, the income statement. This, right? Research and development is very, very important for some companies. For some companies, it's not very meaningful. For a company like Tandem, yeah, you want to see them spending some money in this category, so they're improving their products, so they're, doing what they have to do to make their medical devices better, more sufficient. They need to be researching and all that good stuff. So yeah, they're spending enough there. And then now we're going to get into what's going on. So after it's all said and done, operating loss. They're still losing $14 million a quarter. That's a lot of money. They're burning through cash, guys. And that's not good. And that's not something you really want to see. But Tandem's a different story, and I can explain that in a later video. I will dedicate a video completely to Tandem, how I uh, found it at $2 a share, why I was buying it from 3 to 4, and why I sold it at 45. Maybe I'll do that a private video, like a webinar or something for the chat, but I don't know yet. Anyways, okay, now we're gonna, you can keep looking in, right? So change in fair value of stock warrants. That means they had warrants, and basically warrants raise cash for the company, but there's dilution involved in the warrants, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. That's something that we will dig into a different video for sure. Um, what else? Net loss, right? So Tandem this quarter lost $60 million when it's all said and done. A little bit skewed because of the warrants, as you can see, and I'll get into that. That's a little bit more complicated. Um, but yeah, basically, you come down here, and two things that I always look for: shares. The dilution will be usually be at the bottom of the income statement. And then net loss per share or EPS per share. This is so important. This is how much money the company is making you as a shareholder, right? If you hold 10,000 shares and you're losing, you know, a dollar per share, that's value of your shares are diminishing. Now, in 2 years from now, you might be making $3 a share, so that's why you're holding the stock. It all comes down to how much the stock is earning you. And that's the problem with a lot of the stocks that people are buying is they will never ever ever return value to you. Okay? So let's look at a different company. Uh let's try this company. I don't know if they have any revenues. Also, I will do a full course on SEC filings in the future. For now, you can find the financial statements of a company. If you just go to FinViz, you can type in a company. Let's use Fizz because I haven't looked at it in a while. Taking a nice little hit. And then you just go, oh, sorry, I completely just missed this. FinViz to the company, and then you can click right on statements. It'll bring you to this, and then you'll have an idea. I prefer to use Morningstar. Um, I pay for this. It's like, I don't know, probably 150 bucks a year, but I like the way that it's set up, and that's how I find my financial statements too when I'm inputting them into a discount to cash flow model. So whatever that's worth. All right, now let's go to this company. Let's see what their income statement looks like. This is a foreign company. This would be useful. I want to see. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I don't really plan these out. These are very, very raw videos, but the content in these, all right, here we go, is very useful. All right, perfect. So I was wrong. They do have revenue, right? So they have revenue, product sales. Oh, so revenue reducer, contract manufacturing, consulting services, $5 million in revenue. Okay. Cost of goods 3.4, 3.5 million, gross profit 2 million, and now you go into expenses. Also, when reading these, it's very, very important. Check the notes. So, um, if we look at cost of goods sold, it says note 20. You will have to find where the hell is note 20. Oh, okay, so this is just going into more of what those expenses are, which is cool. I like that. And then where is this is a I think this is an annual report. All right. Now, operating loss, $32 million. Whoa. So they're really, probably paying the insiders a lot of money. And then they're developing um a product, a pharmaceutical product, which costs tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money. Uh, I will do a video on why pharmaceutical companies go down when they're before they have a product and how they stay alive. That's a very important video, and I will go over that in the future. But anyways, just know, right? Loss for the year. Wow. $23 million. That's a lot of money. So how are they staying alive? Where are they getting their cash from? This is all questions you need to be asking yourself, taking notes when you review these things. All right, let's do one more company because I know this video is getting kind of long. Let's do this yeah, let's do this company. I know they have revenue. Okay, now this is MNGA revenue. This is very important because what looks like revenue growth can be manipulated. I've researched this company and I know that this is not real. This is not organic. It's real, but it's not organic revenue growth. This isn't their product isn't growing. This is them acquiring other businesses and now accounting for those businesses' revenue, and they're disguising it as revenue growth. This is very important because there's a totally different. What's the word I'm looking for? Degree of importance on revenue growth. If I pull up Tandem has like only a couple of products and they're not acquiring other businesses. Their business is growing organically 60% quarter over quarter. MGNA is not. This revenue growth is ridiculous, but it's not real. It's not like there's more demand for their product and they're pushing more of their product. They're just going out and buying other businesses and saying, "Okay, we bought this business and now we're going to claim their revenue as our revenue," and so forth. So always you gotta always dig after this. There's no like secret sauce and making money in the stock market. You gotta dig, 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 dig. All right. Cost of revenues, not that the gross profit margin, not that great. It's good, but not like phenomenal. They're paying themselves for sure more money than their revenue, more money than they're bringing in, they're paying themselves. And they're able to do this through financing and all that kind of stuff that I'll be getting into later. But at the end of the day, they're losing about $3.5 million a quarter. Okay. And now if you look at this quarter, they lost 2.2 million, but they're averaging about $3 million a quarter. And if you go down here, we have the weighted average common shares, basic and diluted. So when at the bottom of a statement, you'll see this number changes. If it's growing, it's bad. If it's shrinking, that's okay because that means the company is buying back stock. Then that cancels it out and that makes your ownership more valuable. You have more ownership. You have a bigger piece of the pie. If if this number is growing, your piece of the pie is shrinking. And then as you can see, losing 25 cents a quarter, 24 cents a quarter, and yeah, that's about it. So hopefully this will give you guys a better idea as to how to even just have a basic idea as to what's going on in the income statement, how to read it a little bit. We will be diving in way deeper than this. It's going to take time to get there. For now, we have to focus on learning the basics, and in doing so, we will hopefully be able to get some really solid research done in the future. So hopefully this video helps. If it does, stay tuned. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be putting out a lot more videos like this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm out of here. Peace.